Welcome to today's video, guys. I got a very special treat for you. Today we're going to be playing around with this old Dell computer. And we're going to be playing some games on it. We're going to be doing a bit of benchmarks. We're just going to be pushing this system to its absolute limit, possibly breaking it. So let's get started. Okay, so first we got to open this thing up. Actually, what happened is I was installing a sound card into this, and it turned out that it's not exactly plug-and-play compatible with Windows 7. This thing was originally running XP. This was made as a gaming machine, so I gotta take out this plug-and-play because there are no drivers for WinXP, and I'm never gonna use this. This was the worst sound card ever. Oddly enough, this particular dimension has no sound card or drivers that are built into the motherboard. I think that's just a thing with this, to where I think it's shipped with a terrible sound card. But if we have a look at this, we've got a Pentium 4 and heatsink, and this is the only case fan that I believe is in this besides what is in this terrible Foxtech power supply. Alright guys, so here's the GPU. It is a older NVIDIA card. It's a FX 5500, and it can actually run some modern games. I do plan to replace this in the future. It's kind of a Pisha card. It's kind of like it's the equivalent of a 640, but only from 2005-ish. It was from the same series that the FX, what was that? Dang, it's been a while, but it was like the FX 5800 Ultra. Man, that thing was loud. They actually, NVIDIA, I believe it was official NVIDIA, they came out and they made a video pretty much apologizing for how loud that card was, and they made fun of it. They compared it to like a leaf blower. Okay, so while it's booting up, I'm going to talk to you guys about the kind of games I'm going to be playing on this thing today. Probably just Far Cry 1 and Quake 3 and maybe a few different games. But that's actually all I've been playing on it. I've actually hooked it up to the old, it's a Media Center PC is what I've been using it as. It's got some movies and stuff on it. Actually just mainly use the DVD player. But I've hooked it up to the CRT in the living room, and it just kind of works. It's got an S-video cable on that. But yeah, you can totally game on this, but very only light gaming. But let's just see how far we can push this thing today. Hey guys, so Far Cry has finally booted up. Take a look at the FPS. It's 55. And it's just running this little demo thing. So let's go to the campaign, since multiplayer is pretty useless. There's no sound on this, so I'm just going to keep talking. Load last checkpoint. I was playing a bit of this. It's an okay game, not as good as Far Cry 3, so this is going to take a while to load. Alright guys, we are finally in the game here. Look at the fraps counter. Firing off a few rounds. Doesn't really drop below, the lowest I can get is around 19 FPS, which is playable, but not much. But I mean, when I'm sitting at the couch, this TV, the CRT, does not really have that high of a refresh rate anyway whenever I'm sitting at the couch. I don't normally run this on this LCD monitor. I normally run on the CRT, so I don't think it has that high of a refresh rate. But video options, we are running Direct, that says Direct 3D9, but this is DirectX 9. Resolution 1024 by 768. I had to turn that down. No anti-aliasing. Full screen, and pretty much just go to advanced options. Everything is on the lowest setting, so you can game on this, just not very well at all. This is not really a good gaming card. This is more or less a Quake kind of card. But this game was really heavy when it came out. So yeah, you can play Far Cry on this. It runs decently well. And no, I did not pirate this. You're seeing that physical copy of the game that I actually bought. And I died. So yeah, that was Far Cry. Alright, so I got Quake 3 Arena. This is the demo. Single player arena. So let's go with this, and now let's see here, skirmish. And next, let's see what kind of options we've got here. Okay, the bots. Alright, connecting. This is all maxed out, Quake 3, which is pretty much Quake Live when you get right down to it, but Quake Live does not run at all well on here. I suck at this, and I'm playing with a ball mouse, in case anybody's wondering, so yeah. It gets a decent FPS on Quake 3, not surprisingly, but it's very playable. Nobody really plays Quake 3 online. I think everybody who was playing Quake 3 kind of transferred over to Quake Live. So I know there are a few Quake 2 servers, but you have to play on like a European time. So I'm not going to show you guys Quake 2. Quake 2 runs great, and this is probably going to be the last game I'm going to show you guys. Quake 3, it runs quite well. I mean, I used to be a huge Quake guy, not really anymore. I mean, you can't really call the graphics that good by today's standard, but this card is more or less suited for it. So yeah, oh my god. So I figured I'd put some Crysis 2 on here, so I installed Crysis 2, and it should load. I mean, it's got an IDE hard drive, but it says unsupported video driver. But I mean, if this thing can run Crysis 2, I mean, I'll be happy with like 2 FPS. I mean, just to push this hardware. Like I said, I promised you guys we were going to be pushing the hardware, but there's not much hardware to push, so I'm not sure if this thing, it said unsupported video drivers. The FX 5500 is unsupported. I clicked OK, and now we've got this black screen, so I do believe that it won't load without a dual core, at least a Pentium 4 hyper-threaded. I'm not sure if we can upgrade. Oh, holy crap. Holy crap. Oh my god. Look at that. That's Crysis 2 to a certain extent. So yeah, hopefully this thing will load eventually and not crash on me. Okay, so it looks like I've waited like 10 minutes, so it looks like this is all we're gonna get is that little mouse pointer on the screen. So yeah, I believe I pushed the system to its absolute max. I mean, let me know if you guys want me to like put some 4K video on this thing. I mean, let's just go crazy and let's just like destroy that like Netburst or whatever that is. I forget, it's either I think Netburst was strictly for Xenon, but let's just crash it to the desktop. And yes, that is a not genuine build. So thank you guys for checking out this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. It's coming up very soon. Until then, kick it.